the age of 40, I decided I would get back at my father and learn to play the harmonica. Now you have to understand my father was an Air Force band director, so that wasn't necessarily one of the instruments that he would have liked me to play. And if any of you are classical music fans, I am unapologetic for what I've just done. A number of years ago, I think I shared a little bit about myself yesterday. I came to the faith sort of late. I grew up a military Protestant, if any of you have lived in the service. And when I went away to high school, I pretty much left the church behind me, and for 10 years I studied theater and did those kinds of things. About 10 years later, I rediscovered, or God helped me to find myself in Him. And I had an experience soon after my commitment to Christ. I was working with a deaf theater company, and one night we were at a beautiful theater, not quite as nice as this. And as is my custom and what I do before performance, I stretch out and warm up. And the rest of the company had gone out for dinner, and I had stayed behind just to do some things. And I was backstage by myself at this beautiful theater. And as I was stretching out, I had, for the first time in my life, the overwhelming sense of the presence of God in the theater of all places. And I didn't know what to do. I'd never had that feeling before. And I did probably what most of you would have done is I jumped on my unicycle and I did every trick I knew how to do. And I showed off for God. And then I even did a few tricks I didn't know how to do. And I realized during that experience that I was much like my son when he was 5 and came home and had just learned to do something new, and he couldn't wait to show us. And I realized that I was very much like that child with God. That one of the ways that I expressed the excitement and the joy of my faith was one, by being myself, as strange as that may seem. And two, was by using the gifts that God had given me to celebrate my faith. And so I want to do for you now what I call a prayer of thanks. And it is sort of in memory of that moment. But it's also a reminder to myself that we give thanks by using our gifts. Prayer of thanks. Hit it, band. represents our world. The masks, the characters that came out of the trunk, are you and I. In one way, this is a very personal confession. And in another sense, I think it's a very corporate confession for those of us that live in this country. Each of the characters who came out of the trunk had something that was important to them, whether it be good or bad. In reaching for their interest, in reaching for the thing that fulfilled their life, each of them picked something up and then discarded it. At the very end, you find out that what each of the characters had handled was a starving child. Each had seen a need, and each had chosen not to help. At the very end, it was too late to help. One of the most powerful sermons, actually one of the few sermons that I remember, was at a singles conference in Florida, and I don't remember who the pastor was. But his whole sermon was based on two words. He was reading the passage in which Jesus is going from Jericho to Jerusalem to be crucified. And on the way, he encounters a blind beggar who calls out to him. And he chose to spend most of the time talking about the two words in the passage in which he says, three words. And he stopped. With the weight of the universe on his shoulders, knowing what he was about to do in Jerusalem on Calvary, he was not too busy to stop and deal with the needs of people that he saw around him. God calls us to do that in his teachings. Jesus calls us to do by the example he lived. We are called also to look for those needs around us in our communities, in our world, and be the grace and love of God to those people in need. As I began my journey, I thought of things like this, and I got very depressed. I decided if I were going to be able to continue on this journey, I would need to have some models, some role models, some examples of people who seemed to understand what it was like to live the Christian life, what it was to follow Christ, what it was to be a fool for Christ. And so I would like to finish my time with you this morning with what I call a visual meditation. It is a collection of people who have heard that still small voice and have answered in many different ways. The first part of this is a very short creation scene. It finishes with Adam and Eve in the garden. The first person you'll see is Moses. And if you remember his story at a very old age, God called Moses to lead the Hebrew people out of Egypt, out of slavery. And as they were fleeing, they came to the Red Sea, and they found themselves trapped between the sea and the armies of Pharaoh. The next person you'll see is a child, a boy, who heard that still small voice call him to stand up and fight a champion warrior armed with nothing but a sling. We know him as David.
This Moody Mansion, built 1845.
How'd you like to have to run the vacuum?
No, thank you.
Oh, is that the way it works?
That's Moody Mansion.
I didn't think guys think walking by there to me.
A little bit better view.
She said it saves a lot of time.
We're taking the ferry over to what's the name of the island? Dolphin. To Dolphin Island. These are some of the other ferries. They're getting a little bit excited now. Just some of the ships that are out here. Yeah. The tankers are all lined up trying to come in. Here's the lighthouse. I don't know the name of it. It's over here on the island. And I'm not shaking. It's the boat that's moving. Very rough day.
Oh, yes.
Here's some of our gals looking out at the lighthouse. We're checking it out. Hi. Linnell. Hi. What do you see?
A lighthouse.
Okay. And you got a postcard, right?
Right.
I didn't.
Here.
There's Pelican. He's trying to find him a little dinner here. Not doing too good.
And there he goes, right there.
See that? No, he didn't. He needs to hurry up. He's not having any luck, Joe. Got a little bit closer to the lighthouse. Getting rough again. Gonna blow you away? Hey Bill, it's gonna mess up your hair.
Yeah.
Little girls sitting up here.
We wondered what these little places are. They look like little covers over a picnic table. You didn't come to it.
We're waiting to get off the ferry. They're kind of fixing themselves up, aren't they? Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm taking a picture of this. It's a lighthouse right here on top of the pole, and this is for Linnell. She wanted a picture of that.
If they just had a smack bar on this thing.
And then they have the fishermen right here on the edge, out here in this rough weather. I don't think he got it.
Picked up this man.
You probably lost
What do you think of our cool weather?
Well, I wasn't looking. He got him a fish.
Had a crab.
Look at that.
Guy over here in the yellow suit that's, well, you can't see him. You can't see him. That's really.
There's the Whataburger sign. That's where Bob's been wanting to go all week.
Probably gonna
And Judy and who else? Several of them. Well, we're ready, loading up. Ready to head up. And I carried the camera when I shouldn't have just now, so whatever. We're loading up. We're getting it all set up here. Ready to go, David?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Bill. Guess we gotta get on now. I'm standing out here in front of the hotel. There's the Gulf. It finally calmed down for us. Panning around. This is coming around to our hotel. It's a beautiful place. We stayed up on the 6th floor up there near the center. But unfortunately wasn't on the ocean side, it was on the back side. It's just a beautiful place. Okay, I'm trying to get a picture of Sam Houston here. It's going to be kind of hard. Where did he go?
Over here. You're right. Gerald Sam Houston.
Okay, there he is. Well, I did get him after all. Goodbye, Sam. The Huntsville State Prison.
Right.
They're going to have an execution tonight?
Yeah.
We're a little bit bumpy here.
Hey, I'll set mine at 71 and see what happens.
Okay, we're talking into stopping here at this fruitcake factory. They want to make sure they're all there, so they're ganging up to have their picture made. I guess they'll get it done here sooner or later. Well, we're inside and everybody's buying their fruitcakes. We sampled all the pieces. There's Joe with his coffee. Bill got his. Okay, here's how they make all of our good things.
I wonder if a flash would go very good through the window.
They're making the fruitcakes.
It's got a movie going.
Yeah. I don't know how the assembly line goes, but that's what's going on down there. Oh, there's a lady molding something. There goes the production line, putting the peanuts on the cake. Each one has their job, I guess.
Each line may be fixing a different kind of.
Could be.
Well, working on this thing. Because they would be making breads as well as fruit cakes. And
That's true.
if they ever get sick of fruit cake, I think they get sick of fruit cake. And none of the rest of them do, because you only have it around Christmas time usually.
Very interesting.
They have enough pecans tomorrow. They can make us some candy.
Well, Nell's signing the book, so she's been here. Hey, Judy, you signing up for something?
Yeah, I signed up for the free drawing.
A free sample.
Chocolate Lindsay's.
Wendy thinks she's going to win something because she got the Art Linkletter book. Now she's going to try to win something else. Well, we're going to leave the cake place, and then we're headed over to the chocolate place, so I'll see if I can get some pictures there. Here's the Russell Stover Candy Factory. That's the one in. I'll do this fast because of the sun. That's where we're going to shop. And on down, goes all the way down there. Okay, here we go. There's the entrance. Everybody's going in to get their chocolate fix.
Already got
Quite a store. This is just what it looks like. Big, big, big. Just keeps on around and around and around. Okay, here they are making the candy. Not sure what that lady's making, but she's covering something. Here's some of the things they've made up, look like footballs. Their names on it. Over here's some more dipping things. Okay, here's where they're making the, I guess that's peanut brittle. Got it laid out on the table, it's drying.
I like jelly beans.
Schedule this trip again. No, we were.
Wait a minute.
You can't see this until I get it to her.
Okay. David got something for Cammie. Jim's buying something for Jeannie.
Jeannie got something for me.
And Joe's buying something for me, I hope. What are these ladies? These ladies are loading up.
Grandson shells, but the one that's 9 months old wouldn't know what to do with it.
Linnell's getting something. Let's see what she's getting.
I know what.
Okay, we're here at Ruth Ann's, and she's got our Thanksgiving dinner already here. What are we having? We're having, what is that, shrimp?
Shrimp stuffed crab meat.
Right there.
This is Andy Barrett, so
Oh, here,
he can
yeah.
tell you what the
Here's
menu
Andy,
is.
and what else are we having?
Roast pork tenderloin with a cherry cranberry sauce, green beans with garlic butter, sweet potato souffle, mixed rice, pilaf,
Oh yeah, I missed the rice.
and Waldorf salad.
With a bird of paradise on top, right?
A designer turkey,
Turkey
I called it a turkey, but he said it's a bird of paradise.
bird of paradise.
and rolls.
Okay. And Ruth Ann has done a specialty tea of, what is it? Green tea with mango, is that what you said?
Yes, and Josh has his variety.
Okay.
Regular,
Two teas.
sweetened tea.
And desserts, I see a pecan pie over there.
Pecan pies, and pies.
And what else is that?
And that's a fruit tart. With,
Fruit tart.
It's got a shortbread crust, cream cheese,
Oh boy. And then the third one is,
whipped cream layer, and then sliced fresh fruit with the apricot glaze.
And everything's getting cold.
There's Skittles coming to Ruth Ann. There's Jordan standing there, and the big guys at the car. The other guys here practicing up for football this afternoon, right?
Right.
Okay.
For the dog.
Okay. So this is the front of the house.
Be sure and get the yellow ladder.
And I've got the, I've got to get the yellow ladder. Let's see if I can get it. There it is, the yellow ladder at the front door.
Ballet for.
Okay, got that. It comes on around. It's really pretty. What are you guys looking at? I don't know.
I think they're looking at the stones.
Oh, the stones, okay. How's it going, Matt? We're trying to get people together to do a picture, but we're having problems here. Trying to get everybody lined up here for a picture. Skittles has to be in. There, Skittles.
Is that sticky? Jordan. JD, cool.
Guys, take a picture. Well, don't take a picture until we're ready.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Skittles.
yeah,
Are we ready?
ready.
Your mom is